What is going on YouTube? Hannah back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Specifically, in today's video, we have to continue discussing the recent events that have taken place over cryptocurrency and the S&P 500. As you guys can see, within the S&P 500 specifically, we kind of did what I was expecting the markets to do, and hopefully what you guys were expecting the markets to do as well. Monday actually opened up quite interesting. We were kind of expecting and continuing the correction to the downside here, causing rejection off the major price ceiling. This is where I was kind of confused. Over the past couple of days, you can see, or last week, we were actually trending above a major resistance here, and I was shocked when we started to trend above here. This was not something that I was expecting and anticipating, and honestly, I felt more so like we were going to pull down from there, and that's what we're starting to do and starting this week off. Like you can see, we're clearly rejecting off this resistance as we've done for pretty much its entirety. Inside this ascending, uptrend here, you can see every single time we've come into contact with it, for the most part, we usually reject off of it and do not break through it until we get to the overinflation period. But the fact that we don't have that, we have higher interest rates and reducing the balance sheet here, you would think that we would most likely continue to reject off this and correct to the downside, which is kind of what we're starting to see now. We closed last week literally right at that resistance, and here we are today rejecting off of it, which is why I would suspect a continued correction, kind of a higher low pattern, but maybe one that doesn't necessarily break us through that major resistance up there, at least not this week here. So that's kind of where I expect to see things. Now, with that S&P 500 correcting lower, I believe it will pull down things like Bitcoin with it, which will most likely pull potentially down to its moving average, maybe even before then. We could see maybe 21K, maybe down to 19.2, something along those lines, which is quite interesting if you ask me, but we are extremely overextended. We are trending pretty good though at about 61 on the RSI here, which it's not bad at all here. We did kind of do a little bull trap right here and correct lower, and now we're starting to get kind of caught up right here. Same thing, it's like an identical pattern within Ethereum right here, but the fact is we broke down inside of the continued sideways channel that we were in on the previous symmetrical triangle breakout here, which is quite interesting, so we'll talk about that. And then we'll look at XRP, which is retesting its moving average. With that all being said, guys, today's video is sponsored yet again by COINLEDGER, a continued sponsor here on the channel. As you guys know, COINLEDGER, or maybe some of you guys don't know, but cryptocurrency, your taxes are due at the end of April, or in the beginning, mid-April, for the most part here, which means, as you guys know, you closed off 2022. You need to do your cryptocurrency taxes, and if you do not do them, you can get audited. This is something, I don't take lightly. I definitely take it very seriously here. I don't take it lightly because, this is becoming a thing that can get very much so audited often here. And if you guys, don't do it or don't do it correctly or accurately, you can get audited and you can get screwed. So it's very good to have all your trades properly shown and drawn out so that people, so that you can track what exactly you're doing here, and so that everything is in line and in order. And it definitely helps out your accountant, so that you don't have to manually do this. This website literally automates all your websites, Binance, every single thing, Coinbase, everything into one, and then, does all the profits and losses, which is super cool, and populates this chart right here, which is, definitely recommended to check it out. Link is down in the description, but we will be going more in depth about them in a minute on the channel. With that being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, moving into today's video, I guess we'll start with XRP here, and we're definitely seeing a little bit of a stagnant point here. I don't understand how most of these other YouTubers, and I'll be honest with you, and also thank you for those that commented about me getting over my cold. I guess it's the season, even though I moved to Florida and it's still hot here. Somehow, when it's the cold season, I somehow get sick. So I am getting over that, so I do appreciate that. But moving forward here, there are a lot of YouTubers still posting videos on cryptocurrency content. I definitely am one of the OGs. We've been doing this since like 2017, 2006. Yeah, I'd say 17, mid-17 here. And I've been in crypto since 2016, 2015, but we've been pretty much consolidating right now, and honestly, there's nothing really to talk about. So if you are, watching other YouTubers in crypto here, I don't know how they're making you watch it. I do understand it is something to watch, but I'm just saying there's nothing really new coming to cryptocurrency here. NFTs, that fad is over and people lost a crap ton of money. The meme tokens are pretty much done, and markets are stagnant and they're consolidating here. So the fact is, things are slowing down, and it's expected. and it's expected that, subscriber counts dip. It's suspected that, maybe some YouTubers stop making crypto videos, and it's suspected that, viewers and the views on videos do dip down. And if they're not, it's kind of a flag. At least to me, I've been using this, engaging this as a way to track the amount of people that are involved in cryptocurrency. And right now, not many people are, and this was expected. It was just like 2017, 2018 here. But what we've discovered is over the years, the markets work in 4-year intervals on a 3-cycle term. The markets are cyclical. It happens in 3 stages: bull, bear, uncertainty, or stagnant trading. And we keep doing that. And that 3-cycle term is spread out over the course of 4 years here, which you can see on XRP. Now, we've been long XRP here, and I do believe we've entered a stage where we might have hit the low point, which is very exciting to me. We do have to wait this out, and you have to plan. If you're going to be in crypto long term, you have to plan for these down markets. You have to plan for the downtrend here, and you have to plan for the sideways consolidation, because you can get screwed. Otherwise, if you spend all your money from the bull market during the bull market, you will get screwed on this way down. So you have to collect your nuts, bury your nuts for the winter, hibernate for the winter, what squirrels do. This is what we have to do with crypto too, because it's not every year that we see it. It's not 1 year on, 1 year off. This is like, 1 year of crazy market followed by 1.5 years of just bear market, horrible, and then another 1.5 years of just sideways consolidation for the most part here. But you can see we've pretty much are ending the bear market phase that we had. I think the last one was a little bit longer than where we currently are, but let's say it's from, you could probably start it here. This lasted about 100 or 896 days, which is a long time. And you can see we're about half that. 896 drops down to about 637. We're pretty close to it. I'd give it that here, but we are kind of in the end phase here. And maybe this was a little bit quicker because there are more people involved in it, but we did hit some sort of bottom. We are trending outside of the downtrend here. So I'd likely think that we're going to enter this uncertainty phase of trading like this, which does give us volume spurts. This will hold us, accountable. We'll be able to make some money off that. But we can make money in a bear market. We can make money in a bull market. We can't make money when the markets are trending sideways. We do all that, obviously, on BidFi, the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that we like to use here. But, we are in that consolidation phase here, and we are pretty much just starting to break out of it. So since we've confirmed breaking out of it at about 38 cents here, I've just been long it long term, not really leveraging it at all, just putting in a position at 38 cents. And I do expect to see in a couple of months up to potentially 95 cents, maybe with a conservative approach to 53 cents here. But, with all that being said, I do want to talk a little bit more about COINLEDGER with you, though. I want to give a huge shout out to COINLEDGER for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research. With that being said, COINLEDGER is not your typical run-of-the-mill meme coin. It's actually a cryptocurrency and NFT tax software that's built to save you time and maximize your refund. With tax season right around the corner, you might want to listen up. Now, believe it or not, my accountant who does my cryptocurrency taxes recommended me to use a software like COINLEDGER to help track my portfolio. Let me be the first to tell you, manually balancing all your trades is tremendously difficult and takes hours of your time. Trust me, I've tried, been there, done that. With COINLEDGER, that process takes only minutes using their software, and your accountant will appreciate you doing this. Some of you might not know, but COINLEDGER helps you take advantage of your crypto tax loss harvesting, which lets you claim losses on assets in order to use those losses to offset your capital gains, thereby lowering your tax burden at the end of the year. Also, guys, make sure to ask your accountant, but I'm pretty sure there isn't even a wash sale rule yet on cryptocurrency, which is quite beneficial. The best part is COINLEDGER is completely free to use. You can import all your crypto transaction history, view your net capital gains and losses, and even track your portfolio. Payment is only required when you want to download and view your full tax report, and payment is broken down into 4 different tiers depending on the type of trader you are, and all reports are a one-time purchase per tax season. They're even giving away a $300 tax report each week of the tax season, which you can enter down in the description of today's video. Now, in the eyes of the IRS, cryptocurrency is considered to be property, and capital gains and losses need to be reported on a Schedule D and Form 8949 if necessary every year. And if you're trading on a centralized exchange like Coinbase or Binance, then you have no choice but to report it. If you don't know, Coinbase reports all your cryptocurrency transactions to the IRS before the start of tax filing season. And as a Coinbase customer, you'll most likely receive a 1099 form if you pay US taxes and earn crypto gains over $600. And it's up to you to prove if those gains were actually losses or if they were actually gains. Now, this is where COINLEDGER comes in. They will calculate your crypto taxes in 20 minutes and provide you with the correct instant crypto tax forms. They support all exchanges, NFTs, DeFi, and 10,000 cryptocurrencies. And all it takes is 3 easy steps. First, you connect your exchange to their website and import all your transactions. You'll then preview your report, make sure everything is correct, and lastly, generate your report. It's literally that easy. CoinLedger integrates directly with your favorite platforms to make it easy to import your historical transactions. Whether you're trading, earning interest, or even buying NFTs, you'll be able to import your transactions and calculate your taxes with ease. They're even partnered with the largest tax preparation platform to make it easier than ever to report your crypto gains and losses. Your reports can be directly imported into TurboTax Online, TurboTax Desktop, TaxAct, and many other tax platforms. And even if you aren't from the US, you can still generate your crypto gains, losses, and income reports in your native currency. Then you can use those reports to complete the tax forms for your country. With that being said, CoinLedger is the go-to place when it comes to anything related to crypto taxes. And if you want to check out their website and use their software for free, then make sure to click the link down in the description of today's video. With that being said, shout out to CoinLedger for sponsoring today's episode, and let's get back into today's video. So moving forward, as we discussed XRP, and honestly, we are consolidating here, and XRP is pretty much independent from these other cryptos here. My main focus is on Ethereum and Bitcoin in regards to short-term trends that we obviously take advantage of on BidFi here, but I do honestly expect to see possible correction. Like, I can't rule out the fact that it's 50-50 on a potential correction to the downside here. Is it possible for us to continue to pump? Yeah, but the fact that we're kind of getting hitched right now, caught up on a resistance here, a lot can happen on the S&P too, but I think we're very much so correlated, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the S&P. The fact that we hit a top on the S&P is similar to the fact that we're hitting that top on Bitcoin. You can see the S&P had a major reversal, swung right back down. Well, the same thing happened with Bitcoin, and the same thing happened with Ethereum here. Wow, that is not what I meant to do. The same thing happened with Ethereum here. So it's interesting how correlated they are. Whether they are, correlation doesn't always mean causation, but they are very much so correlated here. And the fact is, if I was a betting man in the S&P 500, I would assume, I don't want to make an ass of you and me, but I would infer that a correction would be necessary. Maybe a small one back down to moving average here, and then we can continue this higher low uptrend here. But to continue up to here, it's just shot. I don't see it happening here. We don't usually hang out and overbought on the daily for long periods of time. Could it help us swing upwards? Of course, but I don't think it has the volatility and the volume yet to swing us up through major resistance here. Possible? Anything's possible. Likely? I don't think it's likely. I am expecting a short-term correction, a short-term dip before we see anything else. And I think it's going to pull Bitcoin and Ethereum down with it. Just a small, healthy correction, I think, would be necessary for these cryptos. The longer they hang out here, like Ethereum's doing, the longer it hangs out in this zone here, the bigger the chances are of correction. The bigger the chances are of correction here. It's not unlikely, and we can't rule it out. So until we see kind of what happens here, I'm still, inferring of a dip to the downside here. And there's a big chance that that could come for a lot of these cryptocurrencies, and hopefully that's helpful here. So I do believe, the possibilities of a dip, but my main focus would be on the S&P for this one, as I am a strong believer we could either consolidate on here for a little bit, but I do expect to see some sort of pull back down. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now. With that being said, guys, that's it for today's video. Smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.